Hello, good people. Welcome to our show. Hello, bad people. Welcome to our show. Hello, anyone. Welcome. We love everyone who want to learn more about scaling success, how you can grow results, how to avoid stagnation. I know about that many times. I stick when I can't grow. It's not like to hire two more people, two times more people and increase your revenue two times. It's more about creating the right strategy, how to do it right. I'm so excited to discuss a lot more with Raoul Didisheim. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, big pleasure. Wanna learn more? I like your blues background. You know. Um, and Raoul, before we start, just tell more about yourself, experience, background, and anything that can help our listeners to learn more about you.
Yeah, I have a digital consultancy that helps early mid-sized businesses succeed online, but I've always been involved in media. So I started as a TV producer, writer producer for many years, then got into the attracted by technology. So I got into the digital space and worked at a lot of agencies. We sold our last agency like 10 years ago. And since then, I've had my own consultancy. So I like working with customers. I like doing that kind of work. I just didn't want to do it in a big agency. So I sort of bring the agency experience without the overhead to our
Nice.
clients.
Nice. I want to ask about your consultancy experience, how you consult your customers, because according to data, many companies implement 40% of all recommendations. Basically, for example, let's imagine someone pays 100K, good money, but 60K can be wasted because companies are busy to develop products, to I don't know, to compete with competitors, many different insights. So can you tell how you transfer data to decision makers, to specific people, to companies, your recommendations, how to simplify this experience and highlight importance of implementation?
Well, in terms of, it depends on your I look at every business differently. So it depends on what your business is and who you're trying to attract. So, in order to, I guess, be cost effective, it depends how much you want to put into learning it or hiring someone on the outside. But there are a lot of things that services do that you could be done internally, and that's a resource issue for the company. So you have to, if you don't have time, if you can't do it on the inside, you have to find somebody you can trust and know, and of course do your research, talk to different companies, and find a company that can provide what you need specifically to your business.
I mean, like, it's not about trust. For example, I see this issue as well. For example, I have trust with customers who want to cooperate with me, who want to get great results. But many of them are busy. They have no resources to implement all your recommendations because they are looking for great consultants who can help them lead in the right direction. And of course, if they start cooperation, they trust. They have this feeling because nobody can pay money without trust. 95% of customers learn before paying, and it's important to have this trust. I mean, like, more about uh, for example, you can provide a list of recommendations. We need to fix this, that, a huge list, and companies are busy. Who will implement all this, your recommendations, tips? And I mean, like, how you can help to simplify this experience, to I don't know, to provide, because it's tough to do something new. It's tough for companies to stop something because they need to pay attention to develop products to go ahead, but you provide some valuable tips. Can you tell your methods how to simplify this experience? I mean, like, to
Well, yeah, our method is I mean, we like to start with a competitive analysis, and depending on your business, a site audit if you have a site, or and look at your place in the marketplace. From that, we come out with recommendations, or what we find out. We don't just tell you what's wrong. We come out with recommendations. Also in that process, we understand the business. We understand that, okay, this is your, these are your pain points. We also discover things they didn't know. They often might, we've done everything. We're not getting conversions. We don't understand why we're not getting conversions. It could be something simple. It could be a simple fix. Sometimes, it's just like there's not a call to action in the right place. People drop off, whatever it might be like that. So not only do we tell them what's wrong and what they need to fix, we've also discovered who they are, what their budgets are, what their timelines are. So we give recommendations based on that. And also, of course, different options. So we really recommend you need to do this, but considering you have X budget, or you have X launch date, or you have a merger with someone, whatever it might be, we'll give you the option and the best solution based on that, because we've gotten to know you by that point.
And can you tell how you collect data, how you learn customers? Because you mentioned it's personalized experience you need to learn, and each case is different, each project is different. So tell your methods, how to learn before providing any recommendations.
We look at, again, depending on business, obviously their website, all their analytics, how the people are coming there. So all the data around it, as much data as they have, they might have their own CRM. We can collect data from that. It depends on sometimes companies have a lot of data that we can just analyze. Sometimes they don't have anything. They just don't. So we have to do we do what we can. Then we look at their social media, if they're active on social media, all those metrics. And anything that they're doing. If they're doing YouTubes, if they're doing, a lot of the companies I work with don't have, they're not doing YouTubes. They're more business. That's not true. I guess we have some retailers that do that. But wherever they're exposing themselves online, we just collect that data and we analyze that data. And as I said, some of them it's available. Some of them aren't very good at that. So,
and
go ahead. I lost you. You went on mute.
Oh, sorry for that. I'm back. And Raoul, I often see when companies ask about to implement what their competitors can do. For example, if they see competitors can get traffic sales from specific channels, they usually ask, please give me this sales, bring me this traffic. And I see it's not a good idea. It's often not a good idea, because competitors might have their strong side. Your company can have something different. And for me, it's important to analyze your strong side, your unique selling proposition, and find the right way. Can you tell how to find this right way for specific companies? Like to choose right channels, choose marketing approaches, or any other tips? Like how to lead companies in the right direction.
Well, depending on your line of business, you have to. Well, first, going way back, we might have.
I don't know what's going on.
Sorry,
probably from my side. Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, usually. Well, it depends who again, it depends who their customers and what kind of business they're in. It can be completely different. So even from the point, if we're starting from scratch, what website tech we're going to use, what platform we're going to use. If they're on social, what social channel is best for them? Industrial, for business to business, it's LinkedIn. That's mostly where it's going to be. They might do a little bit of other things, but if you're in the fashion business, or if you're an influencer, of course you're on TikTok, and we focus on what what's best for them, and that's part of the analysis. We think you should be this is where you should spend your time. Some companies, if they can do more, a lot of social, it's just extra gravy, but most of them don't have the time or we don't even recommend it, unless you just want to be more out there. But I mean, you really need to, it's on your line of business, depends on what platforms you use, how you communicate with your clients or customers, and on social, where your customer lives is where you want to be.
Yeah. And what do you think about considering strong site? For example, let's imagine my customers are on Instagram. Let's imagine, yeah. But I don't like Instagram. I have no idea how to create content for Instagram. For example, my wife can spend all day on Instagram. My son loves TikTok, but I probably spend time on LinkedIn. But I see when companies choose channels without having strong experience, and it's tough. We see a lot when content creators give up, when they even suffer to create content. I remember a great book, interesting book, when the author of this book shared a story when another author reached out to her and asked for advice. And he asked what to do because nobody cares about his books. Nobody cares. He can't sell these books. He's suffering a lot because he can't sell. And she replied to him, leave it. It's not for you. If you suffer to do something, you need to leave it and find something else that you love. And I see it's the same with social media. For example, Mr. Beast. He spent 7 years to film video on YouTube to buy the first camera. So he didn't give up. He created content, a lot of content, practice, and got results. Today, everyone knows Mr. Beast plus 200 million subscribers. And I see it's a big issue. For example, when companies can find where their audience is, but they don't like channels. Can you tell what to do then? For example, let's take my example. If I know that my audience on Pinterest, but I have no idea how it works. What to do then?
Well, if your audience, like if you know your audience is on Pinterest, you don't know how to attract them. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the first thing is the first truth is that it's not overnight. I mean, it definitely is not overnight. So if you're on Pinterest, you have to, I mean, if that's where your audience is, that's where you have to be, of course, but you also have to do a combination of organic and paid media. So if you do paid media, you start getting traffic right away, but you're also spending money. But if you do it right, you get the immediate traffic. Then you can gradually, as you become more popular and gain your audience, you can tone down the paid media because you're getting the organic traffic. But it does take a long time, and you also have to guide people. If you want people to go to Pinterest, you have to, you have to have other channels. You still have your website. You're still going on podcasts. You're still doing other activities that are always driving people to the destination. But your whole persona has to reflect that. You can't sort of be on Pinterest and have a website that looks completely not what you are or what you're talking about. So everything, I mean, there has to be a cohesive messaging across all media, with the idea that but with your plan that you're really trying to guide people to Pinterest. And if you're, depending on what you do, if you're selling items on Pinterest, of course there's that, but also you want to have it a circular experience. I mean, once you've on Pinterest, you just want to drive them back to your other activities as well, if it's ones that are relevant.
Yeah, I'm interested. Do you help your customers to choose specific channels and create and promote content? Yeah, on these channels.
Yeah, that's part of what we do. I mean, that's like the analysis. We look into, and they say we're we're here, here, and here, and we're not getting traffic. And say, well, you're on Pinterest, so why aren't you? That's okay. So we established that's a good place for you. You can't. They don't have the ability to create content and do all that. So that we will make an arrangement with them to we'll work with you. We'll create your contents. We'll give you a content calendar. We'll create the graphics, all the media, all the art. And we'll do this on a monthly basis. So we'll meet with them, say we have a monthly meeting at minimum, but just as an example, this month, this is what we're going to do. We might even do, photo shoots. Maybe they need photo shoots. Maybe they need, all the creative they need and content. So we'll create all that for them.
Yeah, got it. And I'm interested about finding content creators. For example, I remember in 2008 when I started my digital journey, we hired a team of writers who wrote about anything: weight loss, finance, accounting, anything. Google ranked well. Social media gave great engagement, but today it doesn't work. We cooperate with experts who know specific topic. If I need something about trading, I outsource and hire traders who can create this great content. If I need something about weight loss, so I'm looking for experts who can provide great content about weight loss. And I see it's very important to know the topic, and the second, have experience how to create content. Basically, if you know the topic but can't write or film, I don't know, anything, you can't create great content. But if you have both, and have great experience, then it works well. For example, we outsource writers from Forbes, Investopedia, big websites for our trading niches. And for me, it's better to pay 10 times more for these experts than to get 10 times more pieces of content, but generic, nothing special, nothing new. And I'm interested, for example, if you help companies to get organic reach, paid marketing, who can help you to create this content for specific clients? Do you outsource these content creators in different places? You have on your team, or any other tips how to find great content creators?
Yeah, I mean, so the way I'm set up is, like I said, I came from the agency, spent most of my career in agencies where we had, it was large companies. Over that time, I've been around a while, so I know a lot of people, writers, all sorts of people in media. So when I started my consultancy, I didn't want to have a big agency. I wanted to just have a consultancy. I wanted a better sort of lifestyle. So I have some developers that work for me all the time, but then I have a bunch of experts in different fields that I've just worked with over the years. So if I get a client that's into, for example, I have a medical client, and they need a writer. I know medical writers. I know people just from all the years I've been doing this, and that are experts in that area. So yes, I bring them in. I have relationships with them, and I bring them in for the project, similar to like a movie or TV show. You bring all the people together, they do the show. Then often I have, there's an ongoing maintenance and retainer. So for the maintenance, I have my developers. They're always with me. But then, we'll make an arrangement with the creator to continue X amount of posts or videos or whatever the media is per month, and keep that ongoing. So yeah, I mean, I definitely have to partner with other people. If I'm doing a fashion or a luxury website, I'm not going to use the same designer as I'm for the medical site or for a hardware company. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No, the technology, the back end tech will be similar, whether it's WordPress, whether it's a Drupal or whatever it might be. That you don't have to know the business for that, but for the consumer facing part of it, yeah, it's important to have the right person, which is what the teams I put together for my clients.
Yeah, got it. I wanna ask about your strong side. We have million agencies, consultants, freelancers, a lot of great companies, bad companies, anything. But can you tell about your strong side? Why you are better than other companies? How you can help much more than other companies today?
Well, I think it's mostly I can help other companies in a better way because I have the agency experience. So I've worked in the agency world, and I know I have that experience. I've worked in large teams. I know how things function, and I know what it takes to make a company successful. However, I can take that knowledge that I've learned over 10, 15 years doing it with low overhead, and essentially I'm bringing the agency experience to the customer at a boutique price. And I have a personal touch and a well-rounded experience in media, from being from a TV producer to the agency to boutique to being on working for brands, not just agencies. So it's just sort of the years of experience and the personal touch that I can bring with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got it. And Raul, I wanna ask about AI. It's tough to ignore this tool today. Probably impossible tomorrow. That was simple. And today I use a lot AI. We create great content with AI. We grew a few projects a lot with AI content. And I think Google loves AI content if you can create quality content. Because many companies still create generic, nothing special, and it doesn't work. But if you use it smart, you can grow results. I spoke with Jeff Coyle, co-founder of Market News, and he said me on my podcast that in the future we will have three companies. The first company will develop AI, the second implement, and the third company will be obsolete, who can leave the trade because of ignoring this tool. According to data, 5% of marketers, content creators lost their jobs when ChatGPT appealed. I personally grow my results a lot. I grew them, and I doubled my energy when ChatGPT appealed because I used before. Today I use a lot more. We have many goals, and I don't think that AI can replace this 5% of people. I think someone who can adapt to AI can replace these people. Can you tell your methods, how you use AI, especially to create content and get great results in marketing?
Yeah, I mean, you're right in that. The problem with AI is now there's like so much content being pushed out there, and it's not very good. People are just using it to just create and not think with it. So, I mean, for me, AI is a helper. It's an assistant. You can't. I mean, I use it for research also. For example, I did a competitive analysis for a client, and it was very helpful in saved me a lot of time in gathering the research and helping me, put together a diagram. But I mean, I still have to vet the research because sometimes it's not right. It still gives you. You can say, give me the facts, give me the. You have to ask for the citations. You have to check all the research, and I'll use different LLMs for the same, and ask them the same questions, and I'll get a different answer. In terms of content development, I use it for brainstorming, to give an outline of a concept, maybe, to like what the best keywords might be. But I still, it still has to have my voice, So in the end, I'm using it to sort of maybe kickstart the content, but I'm still writing it. It's the same as if you had an assistant. You had in the old days when I had assistants, I'd say, go find me, go find me this, and give me the answers. And you say, no, that's wrong. Find it again. So and I use different ones. Like Bard is way better if I'm just doing research, but I like Anthropic Claude for writing content. So it depends. But what's the most important if you're going to succeed in that area is like you've got to really know prompts. It's all in the prompts. It's not just it's prompt engineering that is sort of the great strength there.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Raoul, I want to ask about mistakes. In marketing, we do a lot of mistakes. We have no idea what actually works without doing mistakes. For example, I can share my mistakes. I started PR, and we paid $6,000 for one press release. But our company needed to write 12 press releases a week, $72,000. So, and I got it. I need to save this money. I started to learn and wrote a bunch of press releases, pitched all of them, got 0 mentions, results nothing. Then I learned how it works. We explain to our authors who usually create evergreen content for blog posts how to craft press releases, why it's important to think more about trending topics, how to provide an expert opinion to journalism. And today we got great results. We got mentions on CNN, Bloomberg, Business Insider, Forbes, MSN, Yahoo Finance, CoinDesk, big websites, because of failing in the beginning. So we failed, and I don't remember exactly the time, but first 3 months were without results. First 3 months. Then we got small results and increased, and today we can save plus $3 million, by pitching PR. I want to ask you about mistakes that you usually see in your experience and your tips how to avoid them.
A lot of it is, and I include this in myself, which I've learned, but say when you go out, okay, I'm going to go on LinkedIn and I'm going to start. Yeah, I need to get my business on LinkedIn, So, but you don't really know that much about LinkedIn. You don't study it. So you say, okay, I need to set up my corporate page. I'm going to set up, and you start posting on your corporate page. Nobody goes to corporate pages on LinkedIn, right? You just have to have one so that you can for your personal page. And then they go to so then you find that out. So, I got to post my personal page. So you post for your personal page, and you might be throwing out content, but if you're not engaging, it's not going anywhere. LinkedIn is, for example, it's only 50% posting. It's also 50% commenting. So you have to engage. The nature of it is engagement. So if you're just throwing stuff out there and not engaging with other people, it's not going to go anywhere. Also, it's how you write the content. The content writing there is critical. So if you're just saying, our announcement company, like if you do a press release on LinkedIn only, it's not going to go anywhere. You have to write a hook. You have to have a good hook. You have to make it relatable. You have to tell a story. You have to. It's how it's presented. So as people learn, or as I learned to do that, then you start getting engagement. You start communicating with people. Then you take that offline and you turn it into one-on-ones, and then hopefully eventually business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, it's people jumping on platforms and not knowing how to use them.
Yeah, nice. And my final question about your experience. I want to ask you, if you started today from scratch without any experience, knowledge, skills, it's your first day in marketing, scaling success, online growth. What will you do if you do everything from scratch?
Well, I've done everything. I'm completely self-taught myself. So, I was trained in television, but I wasn't trained in this. So, for me, the great thing today, there's all these there's so much information online. So you just, I don't think you need to even go take a course. You can take a course if you want. There's a lot of great courses, not from experts, but you can do enough research, start following people that you admire or that you want to emulate, do what they do, look at all their tactics. I mean, everything out there is available for free, and even creators that they post how they do stuff. I mean, they just, everyone's sharing information all the time. So you just have to study it. You have to try it, and you're going to fail for sure, but eventually you'll get it. If you stick to it. I mean, sticking to it, it takes a long time. It could take a year. If you're looking to be like, on social, it'll take a year. If you're building a website, you got to learn how to build a website. I mean, there are certainly easy ones depending on the size of your business. If you're a small business, you can go to Squarespace or or Wix, which I don't recommend. But I mean, you can do it. It can be done. But if you want to go bigger, it depends how much effort you want to put into it. I mean, if you're going bigger than that, you should probably hire somebody, but you should know enough that you can tell them what to do, and you can tell them. You need to know enough of what works and what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But I think today you can really be self-taught.
Yeah, nice. I got it. I hope my friends from Wix can't hear this episode because they can disagree with you. They think Wix it's not the same that was before, but they updated a lot and it helps. But I think everyone has their opinion, and I love personally WordPress. I get great results with React, other projects. So I think all platforms have advantages, disadvantages, and Wix works well for someone who have no time to hire developers, designers, so they can save time with this automation.
If you need to get something up, but if you're like trying to drive traffic and get SEO and search, optimization and all those, no. It's not gonna, maybe, okay, you throw up a website when you're starting a business, then you build something else on the side until that's ready, and then you switch it over.
Yeah, nice. Raoul, it's a big pleasure to get on my show, to learn from you. Thanks a lot. Tell the best way how to keep learning from you, how to reach out to you, how to follow you.
Yeah, well, I'm on LinkedIn, Raoul Didisheim, Didisheim Consulting, and then my website is D0uTmByxFSE. And in terms of information, I mean, I do a blog and a newsletter that I around every 2 weeks, which is just like essentially it's just tips and information for people to do what we've been talking about. Just a lot of it you can do yourself if you want. But it's just about helping you succeed online.
Nice. I'll submit all links to your LinkedIn account, to newsletter in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify. Thanks again. Love it. Valuable. I recommend to anyone to follow Raoul, to subscribe to this newsletter, to keep learning, because marketing is a quickly changing world. We need to adapt fast. Whatever happens, you need to adapt. And marketers on TV and radio didn't lose their jobs. They adapted to digital. Whatever happens, AI, augmented reality, we'll see. But if you do it faster than your competitors, you will be fine. Okay, guys, love you. See you.